somebody needs to pay for all my children. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Hey everybody, we got this from the trending section of whatever stupid site this is from. I don't know. This is Ableds Are Weird. Those fucking Able-Bodieds highlights how able-bodied people treat people with disability by Thea Glassman. Hey, sorry there. Sorry I don't understand you with my working legs and brains. Alright guys, let's get started. I think about the time an abled random stranger threw my crutch into the pool to help me swim a lot. Maybe you should have learned to swim, huh? And I bet you don't even need them crutches. I bet you're full of it. People with disabilities took to Twitter, of course. Of course people with disabilities would take to Twitter to share all their strange ways that able-bodied people have treated them. There's currently a trending hashtag labeled Ables Are Weird, and it highlights all the very strange, rude, and downright disrespectful ways that able-bodied people have treated people with disabilities. A lot of the encounters described below are really something else. We'll have to find out. We'll be the judge of that. It all started with Imani Barbarin's tweet. I don't know what that fucking alphabet soup name is. I think about, all right, we read that. So we can move on. You don't have to show it twice. It wasn't that great of a tweet. Her tweet racked up more than 8,000 likes and 1,300 retweets. I'm sure that wasn't sympathy likes. And a whole lot of responses. She was far from alone when it came to wildly inappropriate encounters. Will these be wildly inappropriate? We'll have to find out. With able-bodied people. First, normal people. First of all, some noted that they can't even go to the bathroom in peace. You mean they can't even dump in peace? One woman literally crawled under the stall to try to help out. Well, that sounds crazy. One time I was in the accessible bathroom stall, and without warning, a woman crawled under the door and into the stall with me to ask if I needed help. That was just a local creep. That probably wasn't some lady with good intentions. I'd given no indication that I need help because I didn't. She just saw my wheelchair and assumed incompetence. That's usually how it works. I mean, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude, but you know. Oh, and it continues, guys. You too? I've had this happen to me. Or my teachers used to send other students after me to check. It takes me longer, Susan. Oh, take that, Susan. Take that, white bitches. That was aimed at you. Thank you. Others recounted that many times that they were treated like children because of their disability. One particular repulsive example, I was in a government office yesterday, and my mom, who is my care, was helping me with paperwork, proof ID, blah, blah, blah. And the man serving us made jokes about me being a mummy's girl and child. Take that, bitch. Take that, you twisted wreck. Twister user at Isabel wrote, when I got back into my wheelchair, he said in a baby voice, "Are you spoon-fed too?" That man is awesome, dude. Take that, bitch. This comes from Montana, guys. I was in a government office. Oh, why are you putting it up there? Well, we just did read it. And we got another one. Once I was at the grocery store with my service dog buying frozen broccoli. It's oddly specific. And a woman came up to me and asked if I needed help finding my adult, because clearly disabled people can't select vegetables on their own. She also called me brave. Oh, that lady's a douchebag. I bet she felt good about herself all day. And then I went up to that wheelchair lady and I said, "You are brave." All right, Mom, go back to bed. What else do we got? According to the Center of Disability Rights, ableism is defined as a set of beliefs or practices that devalue and discriminate against people with physical, intellectual, psychiatric disabilities, and often rests on the assumption that disabled people need to be fixed in one form or the other. Ableism is intertwined in our culture due to our many limiting beliefs about what disability does and does not mean. How able-bodied people learn to treat people with disabilities, and how we are often not included at the table for key decisions. Ableism often begins with good intentions, but can have dangerous and hurtful consequences. Alright, enough with the guilt trip. Can we laugh at some tards now? That one time, someone asked me if I could just move out of my chair because the chair was taking up a lot of room. I was pissed and responded with, "I'm not in this wheelchair because it's fun!" And she literally responded, "Okay, why are you in the wheelchair then?" Take that, Mary Beth, you fat load. She was in there for dangerous breakdancing, so I've heard. I don't know if that's true. It's just what I heard. And of course, Cassie Strickland chiming in. One time at Moe's, when the restaurant was completely empty except for my table, a worker came up and without interruption or eye contact, took my walker and rolled it behind the door. You're never leaving Moe's, bitch. You're here forever. Oh, I moved your walker? I'm sorry. Why don't you go get it? That dude is a dank dude. Alright. And then they put some video up there, but who cares? Me, and when someone says you are an inspiration. Let's see this. You don't know me like that. See, you can't even be nice to these fucking messes. These twisted husks of humans. You can't even be nice to them. That's why just don't be nice to anybody. That's the way to be. If you're not nice to anybody, no one can fucking write shitty Twitter posts about you. Then there were incidences when able-bodied people didn't Alright, I don't care. I don't need your commentary, lady. I just want to laugh at the tweets. All those times that people try to guilt trip me into giving up my seat in the bus metro because I don't look disabled. While I literally can't stand for more than 7 minutes because my legs will give out on me. Uh-oh, I think we found a funk faker, Rose. You could have gave up your seat, fucking Rose, you lying turd. You're just jumping on the lucrative disability train. Mia Sage. I used to have to use the handicap spots and would always get dirty looks before my mom took out my wheelchair for me to sit. Like, yes, I looked very healthy while I walked to it, but I was struggling not to go. What? Listen to this. I looked very healthy while I walked to her. It's badly written. Walked to it, but I was struggling not to collapse. So she was like power walking to her wheelchair. Hey, I really need this, okay? I also knew a girl who was yelled at by some lady for taking a handicap spot while being perfectly healthy, who then pulled up her shirt to show a tube sticking out of her stomach, which promptly shut her up. Oh, you don't think I'm handicapped? Look at my gut tube, you animal! Oh, that really showed that person. Hey, you're right, you really are retarded. Or thought that someone was too pretty to need a face mask to breathe outside. Alright, whatever. Apparently, I'm too pretty to wear the mask that allows me to breathe outside without going to anaphylactoid reactions. Oh, I'm sure you're beautiful, Max Fisher. I'm sure you're stunning. And then there's just a complete lack of common sense. Living in New England is fun how every time it snows, the handicap spots are where they conveniently pile all the snow because apparently ableds think with all these crazy words. Assistive mobility needs have no problem scaling 10-foot snowbanks. Bitch, I'm sure everyone gets snow thrown all over the place. Not just you. That wasn't even a good one. I bet everyone booed her on that. They're like, your story sucked, dude. Your story wasn't as good as Stomach Tube. There's also the people who don't quite understand that disabilities just magically go away. When you meet someone you haven't seen for 5 years and they say, you're still on crutches? When are you going to be better? A spinal injury is for life, not just for Christmas. You really taught that guy a lesson. Sorry, usually crutches aren't forever, you jerk. Is he just supposed to magically know that? When my grandma calls me and asks me if I'm better yet, and when I say no, she says, well, this is taking forever. Why are you still sick? I'm ready for you to just be better. I don't know. Maybe it's my chronic illness? Yeah, I bet you don't have a chronic illness. Again, another dope trying to jump on the lucrative dart train, disability train, dart train, whatever you want to call it. Hey, can you stop being retarded now? Poor Granny Mom. Granny Mom just wants her granddaughter back. Twitter user, blah, blah, all these awful, baffling stories, which were not even all that awful, and really not even all that baffling. By explaining that this is indeed a universal experience. I feel like you could never fully guess how ridiculous people are unless you're disabled. Hey, look at this rare thing I have, and no one understands it. Boy, people are stupid. Alright, I had enough. I'm annoyed now. Alright, everybody, I'll see you later.